Yeah, so if anyone from the chat wants to comment on that, I'm always... okay, that sounds good. Just read that. It's all good now. Okay, you've been on your way to the city of Griffonsford, where you've found your brother who lives there, and now you're on your way out again. The city is currently occupied by the orcs, and you've heard of partisans living in the woods that might help you to rescue the people from the city. And now it's time to again give a short introduction of your characters.
All right. So my character is Fyodor Phileas, a colonel from the army which has been sent here to free the city from the orcish oppression. He moves around in a heavy armor, but he moves around with the ease of someone who's usually wearing something as this heavy, and with a grey cloak over it. He's got a long unkempt hair and brown beard, and he also has a bit of an air of authority that he gets from his time in the army.
I will be playing Quentin Phileas, brother to Theodore Phileas. He was a thief who has now become a merchant of sorts. He's a tall young man, slick black hair. He walks around like he's a pirate. He has that swagger in his walk, and he likes to know what's going on around, and he keeps an eye out for anything that's going on in town. The higher ups in the town might not like him, but they have to deal with him.
So, by the way, why exactly did the mayor's son challenge you to a duel? What was the reason?
Well, I don't think it's appropriate to say this in polite company. Maybe we can discuss this later on.
It's just you and me.
Well, who knows? The birds are listening.
It can't be worse than anything you've already done in your youth.
Well, let's just say that the mayor's son was interested in a lady that he did not know was working for me.
Oh.
He also did not know that I had set up the lady to be around him.
For money or?
Well, just for the fun of it. It was quite funny for a while, and I did want to duel him, but well, as these things go.
Are you sure you want to be on the council of the city if you can make it? Because like the father is so dumb that I don't think he could pour water out of a full bucket, even if the instructions were written on the underside. And the son wants you dead because you tried to set him up with one of your girls and trick him.
Well, I can handle them, and I can see some changes happening in the future. You know, it's not all so bleak. Mm-hmm. Once I get there, you'll see. Things always change when I'm around. I think you should just concentrate on your own mission.
Yes, but I would rather not be aware that you're planning on assassinating.
Oh, I don't assassinate people.
Getting somebody to do it.
That's not really my style.
Yeah, you've moved through the wilderness now for some time, discussing with each other. And you move along the road. For the first half day, nothing interesting happens. You take a short rest, eat some of the food you brought along, and continue your journey onwards. And as it's getting darker, you see an orc patrol, a group of orcs riding on what seem to be small horses or ponies that are crossing your path.
So both of us see this.
Yeah.
Let's hide.
A good suggestion. A good suggestion.
Okay, please both roll for stealth. And I assume you're wearing your plate armor. So
Yeah, I still am. Always am. It's only a -1 penalty, I should be fine.
It is stealth.
Right, so yeah, 6.
Oh, stealth. Courage, intuition, agility. Courage passes. Intuition probably does not pass. That's 2 points. And agility 2 points as well. So I still pass. That's 4. So I have 8 points. I have a quality level of 3.
And
Okay.
I've got a quality level of 1.
okay,
Very.
let's see what the orcs will do. You try to hide behind one of the trees that are near the road. And the orcs actually move by in the distance. And you see that they are moving towards a village that is in that direction. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Okay, how many of them are there?
So there's 3 orcs on these ponies, and that's all the orcs you see.
Well, we should let them pass. I know what you're thinking, but no. This is not why we are here.
We're here to free to free the region of the orcs, and you're right.
Let them go. They're not going to harm anyone.
Well,
Probably.
let's just stick around the village for a little bit to see what they're doing. Please?
Why would you say please to me?
Because we don't have to be at each other's throat all of the time.
We're going to be late for your meeting with this whoever this person is.
We don't have to stay more than 1 hour, just to see what they're up to.
Let's go.
Yeah. Do you want to sneak closer?
No. I mean, like,
Let's maintain it. If anyone has to sneak closer, I'll go ahead to look at them. But you're not going anywhere close to them.
Okay. We need more information about them and everything. They'll probably be speaking in Orcish, but if you can gather what they want.
Well,
what
I
they're
speak a
doing.
garble of Orcish. I can understand some words. I have to deal with them on a daily basis. Why did you make such a face?
Because I'm just remembering something from yesterday. Anyways, you remember what you said about how we should avoid speaking about some things, for example, his brothel and these sorts of
No.
things. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
Wouldn't be in the campaign otherwise.
All right.
I didn't block through. That's what it is.
Right. So I'll let him sneak closer.
Okay, then I need another check, and this is it's still at 0 because it's getting dark.
So that's 4 points, and everything else passes. So yeah, it's still a quality level 3.
Okay. You sneak closer, and you see the groups of orcs approaching the village, and in the village the people start hiding in their houses, in their huts. One of the orcs gets out his bow and seems to be on guard for whatever happens, while another one jumps off, looks around and starts banging on the first door. He opens it and starts to, with his second companion, get some of the stuff out of this hut. So you're still a little bit away, you don't really see what it is, but you see the people are not very happy about it, and you even hear a little bit of screaming from that direction.
Nothing I've not heard before.
I start getting closer.
Okay, then I need you to roll again too.
For what?
For stealth.
Unless
What?
you don't.
No, I said that I'm getting closer.
Okay, you don't. If you don't want to sneak, you don't need to.
I'm going to try and get to his level without attracting any attention.
Okay.
And
I'm really close. I'm like right behind him.
like just one thing. Did we manage to smuggle out other weapons, or just what I was wearing on me?
What you are wearing on you?
Like, because I'd like to have the knives and, if possible, the crossbow.
The crossbow. Not you didn't have that on you.
I have my hand crossbow though, right?
Sorry, you.
My hand crossbow, is it? Yeah. Or
The hand crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 12, 8,
Oh,
11.
you actually did
Yep.
quite well.
Yeah. Quality level,
But it's -1.
2. It's a -1?
Just because of your incompetence.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right, so stealth, courage, courage passes, intuition, 12 and 8 passes, agility, quality level 2.
Okay. In that case, you also manage to get closer, and the orcs don't seem to notice you yet. And now you also see what he was seeing, that they are gathering stuff from the huts and start packing big sacks that they then put on their horses.
I told you to keep back. Why, what you doing here?
And you told me they weren't going to hurt anybody.
Well, no one's hurt.
I heard a scream. Okay.
People scream all the time.
Maybe in your line of work, but okay, that's not normal. Okay. You have the most experience in the region. If we kill them now, do you think there will be reprisals against the village?
There might be. I don't know. If we know that there have been incursions against the orcs, the people we are meeting are killing orcs.
Yeah, so they would be the ones blamed, not the village. Okay.
I have no idea if they would raise the whole village if you kill the 3 orcs, if that's what you're asking.
At that point of time, you see that one of the orcs has taken one of the women from the village and is also pulling her out of the hut towards the horses.
All right, you take care of the guy with the bow. No, we take care of the guy with the bow first, and then we get to the other 2.
This is your military strategy. We are good enough to take more than one on if you are intent on fighting.
All right, I am.
I'll take the bow one. You go for the next one. You go for the one ahead. I'll take the bow guy.
Okay. I'm gonna let him act first to see if he can kill the guy with the bow before I act.
Okay, so you want to shoot your crossbow?
Yeah, I'll shoot my crossbow before.
It takes a little bit amount of time to make it ready to shoot. So you need to think about that, whether you want to wait or whether you want to act now.
I'm drawing my my throwing daggers.
I would still wait to load the crossbow before doing anything else.
Okay. While he's loading the crossbow, you see that the orcs now start to pack everything on the horses, and also take this woman and just put her over one of the horses and tie her to the horse. And now your crossbow is ready.
So
Hurry up!
I fire at the bow orc.
Okay, he's at medium distance and medium height, so it's just a normal roll, but it's at -2 due to darkness.
Okay, what's my crossbow? I can't even see that. What? Oh, 10. Okay. Ah, no.
You fire in the darkness.
Wait. Range combat is my number of points I have in this? No. Crossbow is the number of points I have.
No, it's, I think it's
Yeah.
the 80 part.
No, you're at the right point.
This is my number.
That's what you need to roll.
Yeah, but
You're more of a
yeah,
close combat guy.
I know.
Okay, so I have to.
Yeah, right.
So if I want to hit him with a throwing dagger, I've got to roll under 13.
Yep, and actually it would be for you a 9, because you get -2 for darkness and -2 for distance.
Okay. So yeah, 9 and higher. All right, shooting. And 4. Yes.
Okay, so the bolt misses its target, but your dagger hits the orc. How many
2.
damage points? 2. And it just bounces off his leather armor.
That was not what I expected.
But he now has noticed you. So you've achieved one thing.
All right.
Now let's roll for initiative. It's
Uh,
1d6 plus your base value.
which is
14.
I think it's 13 for you.
17.
Okay.
Just give me a sec. Which page is it?
It's on the top there.
Initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Right, 13. So 14.
Okay.
Okay.
No, 1d6. Okay.
You've rolled how much?
17.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Quentin, you're obviously the faster of the two brothers. What do you want to do?
I take out my rapier now. I have to get in close. There's no. I just put my crossbow down in the bushes where we are, and take my and move ahead to the closest orc, which is probably the one with the bolster, I imagine.
Yeah.
And I'll attack him if I
Yeah,
can reach him.
you run forward and draw your weapon, but you don't reach him yet.
Okay.
The orcs look around and notice you, and the one with the bow puts an arrow on his bow. What do you want to do?
I'm going to charge along with my brother and sword in hand.
Okay, both of you charge toward the orcs with a loud scream, I imagine.
I don't scream.
Okay, with
I
one,
do.
with one loud scream. And Quentin, you reach the orcs.
Okay. Well, I don't have much of. I just sigh and attack him.
Okay, you had -2 for darkness, and the one sitting on the horse, you have -2 for. No, you don't get that. He gets a +2 for his positioning.
Minus. It's nightfall already.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I thought it was.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. He tries to defend. I'll just take one of those. And he actually manages to defend your attack. But now that you're so close, he needs to somehow maneuver his horse away before he can shoot. And you manage to keep close to him so that he doesn't get to shoot his bow yet. But the other two orcs, seeing that you are near the one with the bow, try to attack you with their sabers. And both would hit, so you would need to parry or evade. And the second evasion is at -3.
Okay, that's dodge, right? I would rather dodge. My dodge is
Yeah.
higher than my parry for some reason.
It makes sense as a
Oh, that's a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, a 1. Then you can roll again to confirm that it's a critical success.
Yes.
And you get a free attack.
Oh, nice. I'll do that first. You want to attack me? A 7, yeah.
Okay.
I hit him.
Yeah, and he doesn't get to defend twice, so you may roll for damage.
And that's 6 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll defend the second one at -3.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still do. Exactly.
You evade both of their attacks, and you even manage to
Post.
riposte one of them. And Theodore, you've arrived.
All right. So, in order, because I know I'm much more defended than my brother is, I'm going to try and attract their attention by shouting for Prius, and try to make myself a target. But I'm not going to use the
Provoke.
The provoke. I'm simply going to attack again, whichever one he's already wounded.
Okay, do that.
It would have worked if it wasn't so dark.
Yeah, the orcs seem to be a lot better fighters in the dark than you are, or at least the dark it doesn't matter that much to them. And Quentin, it's your turn.
I leave the one with the bow for now and go for the one I've already damaged.
Okay.
Poke him at him again, and again I hit. Barely.
Yeah, you do. He tries to defend, but he isn't fast enough.
And I have 5 points of damage. I poke him a bit, I guess.
Yeah, he still starts bleeding, and therefore decides that you are currently the bigger threat. And he would hit you. The other one tries to get to you though, and would also hit you.
Parry at -3, right?
No, normal one. Your first parry is normal, the second one is at -3, and so on.
Do I have my wooden shield or not?
Nope, you don't yet.
Does it? It's 10. Right.
No, I get hit.
Oh, it's just 15.
Okay, then I need one of the
both
d6s.
Both of us are getting hit.
Oh, that's a 10. 10 damage points for you. And 10 damage points for you.
Alright, but I've got my armor, so it's only 4.
Why are you not getting hit then? Maybe you should roll 10.
And Theodore, it's your turn.
Down to 17.
We don't have any pens for the
Oh.
weapon sword.
Yep, I put one pen here. Just use that one because it's erasable.
Right. Life points are somewhere.
On the first page, I think. They're everywhere actually, so. Yeah.
There should be a combat sheet with your weapons, and on that combat sheet, I think there is, on the bottom left, there is a big field for life points.
30, I've got 26. Alright.
I had 27 in total. That was bad.
I feel bad for doing this, but I'm going to chop the head off of the pony to make one of the orcs fall to the ground.
Okay, only one is sitting on, only the one with the bow is sitting on a pony. The other ones have demounted, unmounted.
Alright.
But you can attack that pony if you want to. Thing is that horses are the holy animals of Raya, the goddess of love, so
okay,
it might not be the best idea.
Never mind. I hope the orcs aren't the holy animal of something, because I'm about to chop one in half.
Well, you hope to.
Until I roll a 19 and fail again.
Yeah, in that case you don't hit, but now you see that 2 of the villagers are approaching from behind the orcs.
We're gonna get saved by the villagers.
Quentin.
Ah. Well, let's try to stab again and hope. I don't know. Well, it's good enough.
Okay. And you do hit?
Come on. Oh, that's 8 points of damage.
That's a lot better than 5.
It is.
And it seems that this orc is now already wounded a little bit and in pain.
Oh yeah, I actually am in pain as well. I totally forgot about that.
Did you still hit?
Yeah, I still hit.
Okay.
I had enough.
Wait, you don't have any armor?
No. That's how I roll. Literally.
If he had armor, his parry would be a lot lower because you cannot use his abilities if you wear armor.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, the orc attacking you would actually hit you with his saber. And he grunts something that you don't understand.
Alright, he hits me.
What did you roll?
I failed by 1.
Oh. Oh, and he hits again with 10 points of damage. They are quite good at rolling for damage, it seems.
Yeah, much better than we are.
For sure.
Where is the pen?
Oh, but
And
there you go.
Theodore, you can act. Or you may at least.
Oh. Alright. I'm going to try and provoke all 3 of them and put myself in a defensive posture if I can do those 2 things.
No, well, if you want to provoke, then you need an action for that. If you go in defensive position, you don't have an action anymore.
Alright. Yeah.
Therefore, you can provoke this turn and next turn go into defensive position.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Do I need to roll for fast talk or?
Yeah.
Fast talk. Really?
Alright.
Yeah, don't ask me. It's one of the weird parts of the rules.
Alright, so. Courage passes. Intuition 14. Okay, -2. And charisma.
Should pass.
So 6. Quality level 2.
2. Okay, then you can provoke 2 orcs.
Yeah, I'm gonna provoke the 2 with swords.
Okay. Yeah, from now on, you can use one of your free actions, or your one free action to force them to attack you instead of him, for example.
Oh, I need to use a free action.
A free action, not a. You have a free action and you have a normal action.
Okay.
So you can go into defensive position and still provoke them.
Nice.
Okay. In that case, you now see that one of the villagers is standing there looking at the orcs, and he has an axe in his head, in his hand, not in his head yet, in his hand, but he seems unsure of what to do.
Well,
Yeah.
the GM might have some premonition about something.
Quentin,
Stabby, mixed up face. Ooh, I hit.
you do.
And hopefully I rolled something well. 7 points.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the orcs don't have armor, right?
they wear leather armor.
And their fur is a natural 1 point of armor, if I remember correctly.
So you might think about attacking a little bit more precise.
I know. That does seem like a good idea.
The orcs, provoked by your shouts to the god of prayers, now focus on you. And both of them would hit you. But remember, you get +4 for defensive position, and the second one...
But
You do defensive position now, basically, I guess.
No, not this turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use leadership to try
Yeah,
to get the
okay, in that case, you don't get defensive position.
So, first roll is at 9 and the other is at 6. And I get hit by both!
But this time, it's 4 and 5 points of damage.
I've got 6 in armor.
Yeah, which
I'm
means that both hits just blaze off your plate armor.
Is that all you got?
And no, the orc on the horse tries to get away, but still he doesn't manage to. He doesn't seem to be a very good rider.
Is he running away with right now?
No, he tries to maneuver in a position so he can shoot at you.
Ah, okay.
Yep, I'm going to shout at the villagers, take down the bowman, and I'll try to use the leadership skill for this. I need to roll fast talk, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Oh, fantastic! All right.
So I see 120,
And 19.
19. What's the third one?
No, it's a 16.
No. Oh yeah, it is 16.
And
Yeah,
the
it's a six.
the third one?
That's a 7. So you
All
put
right.
pluses that.
So fast talk. So the first one, the 16 still passes. Intuition, I miss by 8 points, and I have exactly 8 points.
And charisma passes.
So I'm at 0. So quality level 1.
Okay, one of them actually seems to be encouraged by what you're doing. The other one is still a little bit unsure. And the one who is encouraged is a woman who looks a bit like she could be the smith in this village. She has a hammer and charges forward. Oh, and rolls with a natural 1.
It's never me who does it. It's the people they command.
So that's a mark of it. Oh, she actually rolls.
It reminds me of the smith I played in the first game. The smith woman.
And she manages to hit the orc on sitting on the horse, who starts bleeding too, but doesn't seem to be too badly injured. Just some of the skin that, gave way for the hammer.
Good woman.
Quentin.
Seeing that my brother has involved the other 2 orcs, I also attacked the bowman. And I might use precise thrust, but just the first one, level 1.
Okay.
So I'm at -4 now.
It allows you to ignore armor against.
It gives me extra damage.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
No.
I rolled a 1.
That's great. Try to. What's it?
And it's 20.
Okay, that most likely isn't enough to confirm the 1, but still you hit, and his defense would be halved if he could defend, but he doesn't at the moment.
Hopefully I do enough damage. So that's 3 plus 6, so 9 damage.
Okay. He also seems to be in pain now, which most likely won't help his riding attempts. So he drops the bow and draws a saber himself. The other 2 orcs still storm toward you and try to beat you into submission.
I'm going to be on defensive posture this turn.
Okay. Which might be quite good because the first one rolled a natural 1 and confirmed it, so your defense is halved for that one. And the second one hits too.
Alright, so first defense is halved.
So +4 and then half.
The defensive posture gives me a +4.
Yeah.
Alright. So 13 divided by 2, is that 6 or 7?
It's 7.
Okay.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, that's great because that would have been a lot of damage.
And the second one is at
still 30.
No,
At
at 10.
At 10.
Oh,
8!
nice.
Oh wait!
Yeah, you managed to parry both, and although they attack you in this onslaught, you only need to go backwards a few feet. And it's your turn to do something. No, it isn't because you're in defensive position. So the villagers, the smith woman tries to help you with the orc, but she obviously isn't a skilled fighter, and the orc blazes away the attack without any effort. It's your chance to attack him again.
Let's precise strike right at his throat.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's try +4.
+4. Plus -4 plus 4. Yeah. Fuck. No, that doesn't do anything.
Okay, just to remind you, and I'll just hand them out now. You have
Oh, yeah,
Fate points.
fate points. So
To reload, right?
Yeah, you get.
We-
And actually, you also have a special skill which is called Improve Attack,
Yeah,
which
but-
can be used.
Yeah, that's just +2 though.
Yeah, in this case, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, nice.
I have so many.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I've got 2 because I'm a unlucky brother.
Okay. So I will use one of my fate points to reroll that. Oh, yeah, finally. Yes,
Yeah,
I
okay.
hit it.
He doesn't manage to defend against that attack.
And he gets a whole lot of
Ooh,
damage.
that looks really nice.
That's 5 + 8, 13 damage.
Ooh. Okay. You hit him here near his throat, and he starts bleeding profoundly from that wound. And you hear him screaming, grunting, gargling something in Orcish, and you just can make out the word, so the name of their god, Tairach, and something, but you don't know precisely what he's talking about. And he focuses on you and tries to attack you. And he would hit you.
He wishes. Well, his wish came true, but that's different. He does it.
And you also have improve dodge, which is also +2, if that might help.
No. it
Okay.
won't help.
You need to spend a fate point to activate it? Oh. When do we regain them? Once per...
One per session.
Oh, 1 per session.
So,
Sorry.
don't choose too many, I guess.
It's 10 again. 10 hit, 10 DP.
Ow. Ow.
I think I've only rolled 6s for damage with them now.
Yeah.
So,
can we exchange ammo this?
oh, it's still. So I'm at I have a +3, -3 now.
Maybe you can use a fate. Recovery times are really long. Maybe you can use a fate point to re-roll that defense.
Yeah, I would allow that.
Okay. It's
Just
yeah. It's better than dying, and I succeed.
Okay. In that case, it seems like a miracle, but you managed to, in the last second...
It went to here.
Quentin! Oh, you're fine.
Oh, but the orcs still attack you. The first one would hit normally. The second one actually rolled a 1 again. So it's halved and then -3. Your defense.
Still on the defensive posture. So it's the first one.
The first one is normal, so at +4 in total.
Why does it have to be the first one? Alright, so 3 and I get hit by the second one.
Obviously, but it's only 8 damage points. So you
two.
just get a little bit of superficial wounds below your armor plate, and it makes a loud metallic noise as the saber bounces off.
Right.
The smith isn't trained in combat. Quentin.
I just want to finish this orc at this point.
Wise idea.
Let's go besides +1 again. Just a -2. Ah, that's a hit.
Yep, you do hit him.
And well, that's 8 points of damage.
He keeps on the horse, but only very, very close. He seems like to falling off, and just tries to escape now. He gives his horse an order to run as fast as the horse can and to get 1 free attack before he moves away.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, that hits.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay, roll for damage.
I didn't do anything on that anyway. Oh, thank you. 9 points of damage.
Yeah, you hit the orc as he starts riding off, and the orc falls over and as the horse moves away from the village, it gets slower, and the orc just slides off and lies on the ground, maybe 10, 20 feet away from you.
Is he still moving?
He's moving a little bit, but it doesn't seem like he would be able to do anything.
You can leave him for now.
Little bit of help.
You were the one who wanted to fight.
Yeah, the two orcs still press forward, attacking you, and you need to defend both of them against both of them.
God, they're good. Yeah, still going to be on defense.
Okay.
And hope my brother can be better at attacking than I am. Actually, no. I'm going to try to attack one of them this turn.
Okay, then no defensive position.
Alright.
So no defensive posture in
that's
this
right.
case.
So it's going to be a 9 and a 6. Both fail. I get hit twice.
It's 8 and 9.
Oh god.
So even though they don't really get through your armor that much, you start to feel the warm blood running down your body, and you see that they managed to actually get through 2 or 3 of the spaces between the plates.
Right. I'm at half of life points, but I had rogue fighter to ignore one. So. To ignore one penalty from pain, but at half life points, I get the second penalty, right?
Yep.
Okay, which is a -1 to everything.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm glad we started this fight.
Well,
You can attack now.
Yeah, sure. 17 or less. Oh, 20.
Okay, you need to
maybe you have a point as well.
Yeah.
you actually can't use them
Oh,
if you
the
rolled a
20.
natural 20.
Oh,
So you need to confirm from the roll first. 12, so you would have made it with a 12. In that case, you can now use the fate point to reroll if you want.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Reroll this. 1! From 20 to 1.
Okay. Let's try to confirm that too.
Oh, another one.
That's really, really great. Double 1. Okay, so you double your damage, and I guess he won't be able to defend. No.
So double damage.
It would be so hilarious if he actually was able to defend this.
He's not.
Oh, and that's the third one in a row, but this time it's
So
not that
I
good.
rolled a total of 10 damage.
Still not that bad.
Thank you.
Okay. Still the orc is bleeding profoundly, and the smith woman tries to take the next orc. Oh, and she's lucky this time. The orc doesn't really care for her, so...
She hit 2 times more than I did during this combat.
And by the way, yes, this dice also rolls 6s, like this time. Maybe I'm just good at rolling those.
Yeah, I am actually really bad at D6s.
It's not a skill, it's just luck.
Yeah, my D20 is pretty good.
And
I'm very ready to
No, I thought I didn't have any luck when I was a GM, but actually I don't have any luck when something is recording. That's the explanation.
might be. So with the orc, the second orc now is also injured, and looks around at the smith woman and seems to be very, very pissed at her. So it's your turn.
I'll go after the one who's really injured.
Okay.
Try to just finish him off. That's enough. 19. So even points won't help you. So yeah, I miss.
Okay. One of the orcs attacks now attacks the woman. The other one still attacks you. And the smith woman also gets hit. And screams, and the hammer falls out of her hand. She isn't trained in combat at all. But you may be able to parry.
Of course not.
But in this case, he only hits your plate armor, and you hear the metallic thump as it bounces off. It's your turn.
I'm going to provoke them again to make sure that they don't.
Okay, that's on. You only need a free action for that.
Yeah, and as my other action, I'm going to retry leadership because there was another villager that wasn't acting.
Do that.
Hmm. All right. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. The last one is fast talk. Last one is charisma, and I've got 14 in charisma, so I just lose one. Fast talk. 8, so 7, so 3.
Okay, that's enough. What do you want to actually do to encourage her or him?
Alright, I shout, take your weapons and defend your people. And yeah, that's...
Okay. You do that, and they both attack the orcs. No, the smith woman actually starts running away because she doesn't have a hammer in her hand anymore. But the other one who has the axe attacks the orc. But he isn't trained, so the orc easily defends against that. Yeah, you can also you get also bonus from leader.
Oh. Yeah, +1 attack, +1 defense, and +1 RC. I don't know what RC is, but...
Ranged combat.
+1 to attack
and defense.
And defense. Okay, that's good. So that basically takes away my pain bonus. Or, well, not bonus, I guess. Oh, I hit the guy.
You do.
And hopefully, oh yes, that's 9 points of damage.
Yeah, you hit him, and because he was focusing on him, he actually needs to turn around, starts to stumble a little bit, and directly runs into your weapon. You pull out your rapier, and he falls to the ground. The last remaining orc looks around, and you hear something that you would translate like as "For Bratsurak!" And he storms forward and attacks you again.
Oh, no.
I defend.
Great.
Finally!
And no, Theodore, it's your turn.
Yep. I'm going to finish him off, hopefully. That's why I attack. And 4. Alright. Aha! Finally! Yes! 6 plus 4, I do 10 damage.
Yeah, he starts bleeding too, and he seems to be in pain now too. He was the one who was least hurt, obviously. And the guy with the axe brings himself into position while the smith woman picks up her hammer. And Quentin, it's your turn.
I will basically try to go for this hut at this point. This
Okay.
is strike 2.
That's great.
2! Nice!
Yeah, you hit him.
Come on. Okay, 4 plus 4 plus 4. So that's 12 damage.
Yeah, you hit him in the heart region, in the chest.
An orc's hut is.
And he stumbles, but he still manages to stay on his feet. But he's too wounded to make any meaningful attacks at that moment. And Theodore, you might well finish him off now with this attack.
For Prius! And yeah, I hit him.
Okay.
It just worked once. I do 5 damage.
That's not enough.
You're like,
But now you see...
Isn't it his turn?
no,
No.
it's the...
But now you see the villager that you have encouraged to attack take his axe, and the axe lands in the skull of the orc,
Premonition was correct.
Finishing the last standing orc off. And now you only see the one orc with a bow who now lies motionless in the grass, maybe 10 feet or 10 to 20 feet away from you. The others lie dead.
Let's just make sure he's dead.
Okay.
What? No questioning? What kind of operation are you running here?
Right. We.
I can talk to him, you know.
Yeah, but we can't really afford to keep one alive because he might because of all the problems that come with having a live prisoner.
Again, as I have said before, you are leader here. So what you say goes.
No, but I remember you used to always contest whatever I was saying, so feel free to do so again, brother.
You are now standing in the village with 3 dead orcs at your feet. A hurt smith woman and a guy with an axe. And you see an older fellow coming out of one of the huts and screaming at you, "What have you done? What have you done?"
Well, apparently killed 3 orcs.
And the smith woman goes to this older man, lays an arm around his shoulder and says, "Father, it's okay, it's okay. We had to do this. Look what they would have done to Arika otherwise." And they start to untie the woman that was bound to one of the horses. "But what do we do now?" And they look at both of you.
What? So I assume you had a plan after this.
Yes, I did. You have 2 options. Either you stay here, blame everything that happened on the partisans, say the orcs never came. If some other orcs come looking for their friends, or you can try and join the partisans and fight to regain the land that they have cost you.
The older man looks into your direction and says, "Well, but who will then go hunting? Who will care for the fields if we are not here anymore?"
It's up to each of you to decide if they want to stay or come with us. We're going to find the partisans.
You see more and more people coming out of the huts and starting to discuss. And after a while, the smith woman and the guy with the axe, the 2 that actually helped you, come forward and they say, "Well, I guess we'll join you."
What you did tonight was very brave. Standing up against those who oppress isn't always easy, and I don't think my brother or I would have survived if you hadn't intervened to come and help us.
I guess we wouldn't have.
Thank you.
I take Theodore to the side and say, "Do we really want to take so many people into the woods to look for the partisans? A small group is much more quieter than a larger one."
I know. But the alternative is leaving those people to fend for themselves.
Well, if we run into orcs, we have more people to fight, I hope.
I've already trained a few people to fight to defend their lives. Maybe some of those can be very helpful recruits. Some of them have the necessary courage. And hopefully some of them can heal wounds.
Yeah. As you're discussing this, the man with the axe comes forward and says, "I'm Tobor, and I may be able to help you with the wounds. And then, if you..."
Yes, please. There's probably like a gash in in my shirt now. I just show him.
And he takes care of both of your wounds and tries to patch you up a little bit. And the next time that you regenerate life points, you get +5 life points for this.
Very nice. Nice. How often do we regenerate life points?
Once per night.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Well, it is quite late now. I think we should just rest in the village for the night.
Yeah, good idea.
What about these? And the woman points at the orcs lying on the ground.
Yeah, these. Well, the blood you might have to wash away. Do you have maybe some?
If you want to if some of you want to stay here, they'd better find wood to burn the bodies. If everybody's going, we can leave them as a provocation.
No, you've seen 2 from the village willing to go, so
Let's not provoke them just yet.
Right.
yeah, they start carrying the orcs away from the village, and you see that they have lit. After some time, you see they have lit a fire in the distance, but you still have the 3 orc ponies standing there.
Are
The three orc.
Orc ponies.
Oh, ponies. Yeah, I guess we'll be much faster now.
Do we want to be faster? I thought the distance didn't matter.
It's half a day away. We can either sorry, 1 or 2 days away.
From here, it's 1 day.
Okay, so I think either the villagers or the partisans would benefit from horses.
Leaving the ponies to the villagers is a very bad idea. If the orcs come and find the ponies.
Yeah. All right. I guess.
Either way, we should take them with us.
Okay. Then you rest for the night in the hut of the smith, and you may regenerate 1d6 plus 5 out of you.
Sorry for the sound. So that's 9 life points back. Woohoo!
Ooh, 9 for me as well. That's almost full.
Okay. The next morning, you see that the guy with the axe has already packed his things, and he has a backpack with a lot of stuff in there, and also the smith woman has all her stuff packed. And they follow you farther along in the south. Do you want to do anything special, or just travel on together with the ponies?
Just before we leave, I'd like to tell the villagers that if they're thankful for what we did, they can always they don't need to tell that it was their fault what happened to the orcs if orcs come around. They can blame it on the partisans, but if they could avoid giving descriptions of us, that would be much appreciated.
I think just saying that the orcs never came is the best way to go.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we tell them.
And try to tidy up the whole area. There's a lot of blood. The orcs are not very meticulous with their searches, but they should still not find stray orc blood in the grass.
Good idea.
No. The villagers start tidying up around the village, and you move further southwards, and you see the big forest, the big Reichsforst in the south getting, and you see getting closer and closer. You might be 3 or 4 days away from the Reichsforst now. And parts of your journey take you along the broad river, which flows through Griffon Fort and will also enter the Reichsforst later on. Your journey is uneventful, and as in the evening you make a fire and sit down. Do you want to put on guards?
Yeah. before going to sleep each night and before and after every meal, I'm going to train with. I'm going to train the two who helped us fight.
Okay.
And I'll keep guard while they're training, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, and then let's just do.
I would also like to remind everyone here that I tend to walk around in the night. Not necessarily in control of myself. So if you see me walking around, just guide me back to the camp. You know this.
I've been waiting. I had forgotten this about you, brother, and I've been waiting for a long time to use. I get my iron chains out of the bag. Don't worry, they're for witches. They won't do anything to you.
For witches.
Witches, yes. Iron stops magic.
What do you have to do with witches?
Fuck. I'm the worst spy ever. Well, can we discuss this another time? Maybe in more private.
We could discuss this right now.
Yes, but I would rather not have to lie to you, brother.
That makes it much more interesting, you know.
Yes, probably.
Well, you are putting shackles on me.
If it stops you from moving.
I imagine the shackles are good enough to stop people from moving.
Yeah. But it makes you useless if we get attacked in the night.
Well, just keep an eye out.
Yeah, all right.
It's not every night that I walk around.
If you like moving around in your sleep, then I guess you need less sleep than the rest of us. We can make your shift a bit longer.
I still sleep when I'm walking. It's called sleepwalking. I would imagine that involves a certain amount of sleeping as well.
It does, yeah, but it doesn't sound very restful.
I'm not running around. I'm not running around. Either way, I don't think that we need any special attention to this. I just wanted to point out in case something happens. To not be alarmed if they see a man walking around.
Right. Do we have anything to roll for
Sleepwalking.
for the night shifts?
Who takes on the first watch?
Okay. I'll take the last watch.
And then roll for self-control, please.
Don't be yourself.
It's a pee joke. Why are we laughing? Oh, sorry, Mike. Self-control. Courage, constitution. Okay. This should be easy.
Well, unless you get the same.
Yeah, I'm just missed by one. Let's see. Self-control 7, so it's a 6 at quality level 2.
Okay. You sit in the darkness, staring in the darkness around you, the campfire behind your back, and nothing happens. You get really, really tired, but still manage to keep awake. So if you have the last watch, is one of the NPCs for the watches in between.
Yeah.
So who do you wake up now?
I'm gonna wake up the guy who healed us,
Okay, Tobor.
Tolbor, and I'm not going to go to sleep right away. I want to talk with him a bit and try to get a bit more of an idea of what was life in the village with the orcs.
Okay.
What's his motivation?
Sure, ask him.
You just see me walking right.
it's very courageous of you to join us after what happened with the orcs. Do you? You will be putting your life at danger if you're fighting against them.
It's not like we were safe in the village either. I've heard from what they did to the other villages, burning them down and killing whoever didn't do what they wanted.
Yeah. So yeah, I expect retribution or fighting back is the only way. Do you know how many villages they did that to? How many orcs there are around here?
No, I've heard about 3 villages they've burned down, just to give a sign and make sure the other villagers do what they ask. But well, it hasn't been easy since the partisans started attacking the orcs, and the orcs started to be a lot more aggressive.
I guess it's escalating. Are there? Is anyone in your village helping the partisans, giving them food, shelter?
I think no one of us has ever met them, but I've heard stories about other villages where they were helping the partisans and then the orcs came in.
Right.
And why are you here? What's your name? Who are you?
Well, I gave my name. I think I would have given my name like right after the orc attack, but
Yeah, it somehow didn't come up. Ooh. Short
are you
break.
expecting company?
Nope.
Is it our friend the priest?
And we are back.
So I tell him, my name is Fyodor Phileas. I'm a colonel of the army, and I am sent to, and I was sent to try and help the region as much as I can.
That's great. That's great. I'm happy that the army didn't forget about us. The Middle Realms haven't been that active in the last month. We've only heard stories about the orcs attacking Garrett and getting close to the capital, and we've even heard stories of the capital falling.
No, it hasn't fallen. It still stands proudly, and the army is going to come and help us out here too.
You've even heard that the princess died.
I was among the people who received orders from the prince to come and help here.
He looks at you and then looks again in the darkness just to make sure there is no orcs getting close.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go to sleep now.
Okay.
Oh, can you wake the smith after that?
Yeah. You've just fallen to sleep as you awake again, and you see a man standing near the fire, talking to the guy you've just talked to Tobor. And this man wears a very dark cloak, and most likely would be really hard to see in the darkness. But you hear their voices, and because you haven't yet been sleeping, you wake up again.
I get my sword ready, and I'm going to shove my brother away.
Who's not sleeping next to you?
Yeah, but I'm going to shift.
There's no way I'm going to be sleeping next to you, so...
Well, if you're going to be moving around in your sleep, of course not. No, yeah, I try to wake him up discreetly.
Okay. You need to stand up and move a little bit to reach him?
No.
Throw stones at me.
Do I need to roll for stealth? Or?
No. You manage to wake him up.
What? And really glowly, just look at those two guys.
And now the two look around, and the one with the dark cloak comes closer to you.
Who are you?
And looks at you. Relax. I'm with the partisans. Tobar told me you are actually looking for us.
We are.
We saw you getting near to our camp, and therefore I came here to make sure you're not someone who is trouble.
We know who your leader is. Somebody you can.
That's a bad way to start this conversation.
Somebody who trusts who knows you trusted us enough to tell us that she's named Lysandra.
Then come with me and come with the others. Then he looks at your weapon, and just to be precise here, of course, there are currently bows pointing in your direction, so the weapon isn't that useful.
I knew I should have slept in my armor.
Yeah, well, your backache in the morning would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's better than an arrow ache.
If you don't do anything stupid, I don't see why they would shoot you.
Yeah, but you know me. I tend to do something stupid.
Yeah. Which is why I am here, apparently.
Uh-huh.
You get up, and also the smith woman and Tobor get up, take their stuff, and you are led into a small part of the forest, small collection of trees, not yet the Reichsforest, but already parts of what will become this big, dark, mysterious forest. And you see that there are also 2 or 3 people following you in some distance who have bows, which are not currently ready to shoot, but they seem to be also on the lookout for anyone getting closer from outside. And it's around midnight as you reach the camp of Lysandre and her lions. You're greeted by the sight of a campfire, multiple campfires spread around a small clearing, and you would guess maybe 60, 70 people sitting around, lying, sleeping, some talking to each other, while at one campfire you see a woman in an Amazon armor talking with someone else, sending that person away as you approach. She stands up and looks at you and motions both of you to come closer.
Can we have a bit of a description of what the Amazon armor is? Because I don't have any idea in this universe what Amazons are.
Sure. So it's basically metal plates on the front protecting her. Also a little bit of leather on the arms, and the metal armor also goes a little bit almost up to the knees with different plates. So it's a special kind of plate armor.
So it's like a metal skirt.
Yeah.
Nice. I should get myself one of those.
And Amazons are a special group in this world.
Mm-hmm. You may roll for religion.
Let's use this.
Right, 4, 16, sagacity, intuition. So 10, yeah, quality level 4.
Oh, okay, quality level 4. You know a lot about those. The Amazons are an order of the Church of Rondra, the goddess of war. And they actually fight in honor of the goddess, and because the goddess is a goddess, they are also not that fond of men. They live as women together and only take men or find men to procreate, but they don't allow men in their castles otherwise. And they live in the eastern part of Aventuria, where the Ptolemies live, and it's a little bit like India or 1001 Nights, these kinds of stories. But they are not seen that often in these parts of the Middle Realms, and they tend to be very honorable, so it immediately strikes you that it doesn't really make sense for someone who praises Rhonda above all to be the leader of a group of people who attack orcs in the night with bows and arrows and from behind.
Yeah, not the typical guerrilla fighter.
Yeah, an Amazon would usually be appalled by these tactics and do anything to prevent them.
Well,
The two of you should get along then.
I'm actually not want to throw away a tactic if it's how do you say, not useful but successful.
Well, I've not seen much tactics from you yet, so I don't know.
I'm coming up with a plan.
So your plan was to attack the orcs without any backup. So I don't know. We were saved by 2 random villagers. I don't see very good planning there.
Oh yeah, but by the way, did we regain the other life points or?
You haven't slept yet.
Okay.
We were woken up in the middle of the night.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So just one moment, I think, because I dropped a dice.
Yeah, you can just leave it there and use the others, and I will pick it up later.
All right. Sorry.
No problem.
All right. So.
Yeah, so this woman, whom most likely is Lysandra, gets up and walks towards you and motions you to come closer.
All right. Are you Lysandra?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
I'm Theodore Phileas. This is my brother Quentin. We have come to help.
Yeah, I've seen you move through this region maybe a week ago. You were coming from the east.
That is correct. You have a very sharp eye. I've been sent by the army to reconquer Griffon's fort and hold it until the army comes.
So you and which army?
Hopefully we can help one another because I have only been sent with 3 men to take Griffon's fort back.
She looks at you, and you think that she's close to either laughing, crying, or screaming.
Yeah. She's not the only one.
But so what do you expect me to do? It is hard enough to survive here without having to conquer a city.
You don't have to. First of all, we can share information, which is what I need the most right now. Second of all, if it's hard surviving and attacking the orcs, maybe we can change the tactics and together take Griffon's fort back and hold it. I'm sure someone like you would much prefer to have a honorable battle in Griffon's fort than guerrilla attacks on the outside, although you have been very efficient at it.
An honorable battle in Griffin's Fort will just get all my men and women killed. The only reason they are alive is that I know how to defend them and that I know not to take any unnecessary risks.
And I'm not asking you to.
I like her.
Yeah, I like her too. I'm not asking you to take any unnecessary risks.
So what are you asking me to do?
What are you asking her to do?
For now, we can. I would like to know a bit more about how many orcs there are in the region, what you've been doing, how we can help you.
I would guess it's around 1,000 to 2,000 orcs that are patrolling here, some inside the city, some outside. And they are on the move a lot. The main army is not only in Griffon's Fort, but they are also securing the borders toward the rest of the Middle Realms. I'm not completely sure about what they want to achieve yet, but based on their troop movements, I guess they're just trying to fortify. It seems that they are happy with what part of the Middle Realms that they have captured so far.
Orc motivation seems to be a really important thing right now to know.
Orc what?
Orc motivations.
Yeah. I've got my 3 men and the executioner on that. Okay. And I've heard you've attacked and ambushed the orcs a lot.
Yeah, that's how we manage to help. We break their supply lines, and whenever they get careless, they die. It's not only about killing the orcs, it's about making sure that those orcs that live are afraid.
That's very good. One of the consequences this has is that the orcs can't attack you back since you're always in the dark, and so they tend to attack the villagers more, which makes the villagers even more afraid. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying we can on our side we can try and help with the villagers' morale and send more of them your way. But I've got a piece of information that could interest you. In 2 weeks' time, a good portion of the orcs are going to be leaving Griffon's fort to go around collecting taxes. That would be the perfect time to ambush them and to try and retake the city while there are very little people there. The human population, well, we might be able to get a few fighters to help us from inside the city, and you're the only armed force that I can that could possibly help us take this part back.
So what do you want me to do?
Consider it.
You're asking a lot here. If we fight in the city, then it's a lot harder to hide.
Unless Quentin and I go ahead and talk with the villages so that the doors are open to you and closed to the orcs. Each door.
My men and women aren't trained in fighting the city. But I think if there's really an opportunity like that, but still, Griffon Fort is heavily guarded, especially the garrison. How would you try to take the garrison?
I have a plan for that.
We are working on something which would help us take the garrison out at least. And the orcs that remain inside the city would be at our mercy, let's just say.
What I could offer you is that I take my people, we attack the gates, if the gates are open, take the gates and secure them. And as soon as the city is captured, we will move out again, so we don't get trapped.
Well, if you move out, they can just as easily take the city back. How many archers do you have?
All of my men and women know how to use bows.
So they would be really helpful on the walls.
Yes, but you won't be able to hold the city with 100 people against 1,000 orcs.
Or you don't know how well 100 archers on walls work against 1,000 men on the ground.
She looks at you. You are sure that you want to teach me warfare? How many battles did you command?
I don't know. Not many. None. But
I know what archers are worth in a battle, but I also know that the worth of a soldier in a battle is also the ability to die for the realm. And that's not what my people are going to do.
I would actually appreciate if they don't die fighting. A man who knows he's about to die somehow makes it happen.
You mean somehow finds a way to survive?
Somehow finds a way to die. If he knows he's gonna die.
Mm.
But still, the city is basically a giant trap. As soon as the orcs start surrounding it, there's no getting out. There's no trees, no secret passages, nothing that can get you from the walls to the next forest.
We just have to wait out until the army arrives.
Feel free to do that, but not with my men.
What if we have provisions? We should have enough provisions for months.
I don't worry about the provisions. I worry about holding a city against thousands of orcs with 100 archers.
Once we could get a few more people from the inside of the city and trade them into into being into helping us mend the wall, but here's the thing. My mission is to hold the city until the army gets here. Once I've reconquered the city, I can call the army in, which would only take between 1 or 3 months for them to get there.
3 months. You know that it's almost summer and that it will take some time to conquer the city. In 3 months, it's already autumn. And as soon as the peasants need to go to their fields, the size of the army falls to its half. And if we wait even longer, the winter comes, the snow gets here, there's no way the army is able to move anywhere.
So we have to act quickly.
Yes. And my offer is to help you to take the city. But you need to defend it.
We'll find a way.
Well, we should take what we have right now. We have 2 weeks to change your mind.
We can't afford to change our minds.
Change her mind.
No, I actually think it's a good idea if she stays outside of the wall, because your men are trained for guerrilla warfare. Blocking the enemy supply lines will make it harder for them to hold a siege against us.
Well, if we can... Where do the orcs get the supply lines from once they're outside anyway?
Other villages which they tax the orc lands? I don't know.
I think another thing we should think about is moving all villagers into the city once we take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright. My plan so far is this. The garrison is on a small island to the side of the city, connected to the port only with one wooden bridge. If we're able, for example, to put the garrison on fire and to destroy the bridge, the orcs would cook alive inside, and that would kill most of them.
Let's not discuss our plans inside the city right now.
We're not inside. Oh, yeah, but of course the orcs that are on the wall. Sorry, but I need to discuss this with her to get her cooperation. The orcs that would be on the wall would still need to be taken care of, and having archers who can shoot down the orcs trying to come out of the garrison will also be necessary, which is why it's great that you have archers.
I thought that it's only about taking the city gates. If you need my help to also take the garrison, then I need to hear a very good plan for that. And trying to set a stone building on fire doesn't sound like one yet.
Yeah, I must say, I don't really say this often, but you are the woman of... you are a woman of rare talent.
That's why I'm still alive.
I thought you said that every day to girls.
What? You belittle me, brother.
Never mind. Do you know anybody else we could ask help from?
Everyone who's outside the city is either working with the orcs or working with me.
Alright. Is there anything we can do to help you? Do you need supplies, food?
We manage just fine. We know how to survive here outside in the wilderness. And of course, I'm always happy about a dead orc.
I would like to know if you would be kind enough to tell us, what is an Amazon doing all the way here?
I think that's my personal business, not yours.
Well, again, it seems that odd for you to be all the way around here and fighting for a nation that's not even yours.
I don't think it's very polite to ask something that somebody just said they didn't want to talk about, brother. Did our mother not teach you to be polite?
I'm just curious and just thinking out loud here. Sometimes I cannot control what I say. Yeah, I'm sorry for that.
So, now we've talked about what I can do for you. Of course, if we help you to take the city, then when we're moving out, we're also taking some of the supplies.
Definitely. That's something you don't need to care to think about.
How much time do we have to prepare?
To prepare?
You mentioned that there was a date when the orcs went out of the city.
Yeah. It's 12 days from now.
That's not long. We need maybe 3 days to move to the city from here.
Do you have a map?
We don't have a map written down, but I know the region.
All right. If you wait, if you can start moving towards there and place yourself one day's walk to the south of the city, we'll come to you when we have more details. You can place your encampment there, and we'll come to you when we have all of the details ready for the attack.
There is a small forest in the southeast of the city. It's maybe even only half a day, a little more, depending on how well my men are and how well rested they need to be when they be at the city. We will move our camp there, and we'll be waiting there for 1 week.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, if it's right. When do you move there?
We can break up this camp tomorrow. So we would be there in 3 days.
And then stay there for. All right. So we'll come to you 3 days before the attack.
Okay.
And we also offer you these 3 ponies, which were taken from the Yorks.
If you need them. Also, the 2 people who were following us, they had to leave their lives after an orc attack, and they're willing to join you if you will have 2 other.
That's great. We are also always looking for able men and women.
You see, good came out of us attacking them, the orcs.
Well, that's what you still say.
Not all good. It still hurts. All right.
I need a new shirt now.
If we're going to be attacking the walls and taking them, what would you need the most? Distraction from inside the city, a simultaneous attack from within.
It would be great if the gates were open. So if you could attack the gates at that point of time, the people don't need to be good fighters. They just need to fend them off long enough so we can get inside the city.
I think we can get the gates open.
You're the one who know the people best.
Oh yeah, I think I have a plan.
All right, good. I'm thinking if we can get the orcs drunk somehow at this point by giving them large amount of alcohol, which is also flammable, we might have an advantage on them.
What's your fascination with fire? We live in a stone city. Nothing's gonna burn there.
With wooden structures.
No.
Like the thing that what are they called in English? The thing that's within the house.
The beams?
Yeah, the beam.
Yeah.
Beams are
So you looking at remember in Griffon, you know that not all of the buildings are made out of stone. Mm-hmm. Especially the rich ones are made of stone, obviously. But if you look more to the west, to the harbor, there's a lot of wooden buildings there. You expect that the garrison would not collapse in a fire.
Which is good because we still need to be able to use it after we take it.
Maybe if you had a dragon.
No, I'm thinking.
I think I read a book about that.
I'm thinking. Barrels of rum and fire arrows.
Well, you can discuss your fire plans with your war council, but I think we should look at alternatives to get rid of the garrison.
Yes, of course.
Anyways, you look tired. So,
Yes.
and entering the garrison isn't really part of what I'm supposed to be doing, so I will be giving my men and women the good news. And she sounds a little bit sarcastic when she says good news. Feel free to rest here, and we'll see each other in 1 week.
Thank you very much.
Unless we see each other sooner.
She looks at you, and she actually has a little bit of disgust in her eyes.
Roll for seduce. You
I
never know.
Okay, it's at -4.
Okay, I don't care. Courage, charisma. So, yeah. -4?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. These are not my dice. Oh, you lost a dead one? I'll take the orange, I guess.
3, 5, and 8. Yeah.
I actually get it.
Okay, so what's your quality level?
I need minus. You said 4, right? So
Yeah.
that's 2 1. So yeah, quality level 1.
Okay, she rolled an 8, a 7, and a 1. So,
What about self-control?
no, willpower.
Oh.
Willpower is used to resist
To
against.
resist my charms.
Yeah. And you know that she does find you attractive, but doesn't consider you worthy when it comes to battle.
Well, you gain some moves.
I hope my crunching isn't too loud to the people online.
No, given that the mic is rather quiet, it works. Next time will be a little bit different when we all have these clip-on mics, and then, but let's see then. Okay, you rest for the night, and you may regenerate your life points by 1d6.
I don't need to,
Then you don't need to.
because, well, I have 1 hit point less, so I can just go to 27.
Still need to regenerate 3 of those.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
And what do you want to do the next morning?
I think we should make our way back home as soon as possible. These people have a lot to do, obviously, and we have a lot to do back in the city. I imagine your men have some information by the time we get back.
I'm going to
It'll be another 2 days before they get back into the city anyway.
I know. I'm going to go and ask Lysandra about how many.
Feel free to ask her.
I would. I'd like to consider another approach to this battle. Do you have among you anyone who is a white mage or a member of the clergy? Do you know anybody in the villages around here who might have such power that they could use to free the city? Oh.
Amongst our group, there is one. His brother Cosio. He's a priest of the god Boron, and he might be able to help. But I think he actually is in Griffonsford at the moment.
He's the one who told us about you.
No, you've met him already.
Yes.
But we don't have any wielders of magic in our group.
Mm-hmm. What about in the villages around the city?
I don't think that anyone who is able to cast any magic would still be living there, or at least would be open to their surroundings. There might be some witches here, but I guess they have already flown off.
Right. Any? Do you have any other idea? A weakness of the orcs, or another group that we might be able to call to ask for help?
If you don't find anyone in the city, then I think the army and me are the only ones fighting the orcs around here.
You spent quite some time fighting them. I imagine you have certain. There must be some tips you can give us.
Sure. The important part is they might seem like animals, but they are still intelligent beings. Don't underestimate them. They are vicious fighters. If you can avoid a fight, that's always the best way to win. And if you can't, make sure to use your strength as soon as possible, because they will endure longer than you. They might most likely are better fighters than you. They see in the dark better than any one of us.
Better fighter than us. I don't know about that.
I've thought about attacking them during the day instead of the dark, due to the advantage they have. But still, being able to sneak up and having the first strike and not having a battle at all is a lot better than not having the disadvantage of fighting at night.
Yeah. All right. Do you know if the orcs have magic users or priests?
Well, obviously they don't have priests, but they have their shamans who, as far as I've heard, can do numerous things.
Have you ever killed one?
No, I haven't seen one yet. The shamans stay close to their leader, and I haven't dared getting close to their main camp.
So I had the thought when the orc army moves out to collect the taxes and you help us take over the city. When you move out, you have basically all the orcs in the area outside. How do you think you would be able to hide from them?
They already they'd have less orcs on their heels than before, because the orcs will be constantly trying to get the city back. Whoever holds Griffon's fort holds the area.
Well, but they still would be around the orcs. The orcs wouldn't come back the next day after we have taken the city. It's going to be some time.
Yeah, but they'll still be on the side, vulnerable to attacks from the partisans.
I certainly hope so. If you're not going to help us keep the city, well, kill those bastards for us.
We will.
And I just smile.
And she actually smiles back.
Right. So, I'm going to have to call the army as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's thank
You
you for
know,
your help.
Why not be optimistic for once and just send them a letter right now?
That's what I was thinking. It would be a bit too optimistic, but yeah, it's what I'm going to do as soon as we get back to the city. Thank you very much for your help.
See you in a week. You travel again back to Griffon's Fort, and the 2 days are actually quite uneventful. You get by the village that you have been in and manage to get a good night's rest there too. It seems that the orcs haven't bothered them yet. And as you approach the city, you also note a small forest, which most likely is the place that Lysandra will be hiding after she has moved camp. And you're nearing the gates of Griffon's Fort. You see the big city wall. You see the garrison on the left, towering over the broad river that flows through the city. And you see the hills behind the city and the place where the Temple of Priors used to be before it was taken apart by the orcs. At the gate, there is a group of orcs standing there and waiting for people to come through. There's actually no line, no one is waiting there yet.
I would have thought we were trying to smuggle ourselves in. I had before told my smuggling buddies that they had to get 2 people in without the orcs knowing.
Okay, then you wait until nightfall and you are led through a small tunnel that is dug under the city walls from near the broad river to one of the warehouses. You need to crawl through this tunnel.
I tie his eyes for the whole thing. He shouldn't. He's not supposed to know where we are.
No. Listen. We can use this when they come to help us.
In what way? To get them in?
Yeah. Okay.
This is not supposed to get several hundred people inside the city. You do understand that?
It's 70, you said.
So you actually need to crawl through this. It's like
Yeah.
this high.
I know. But we can use this to get the partisans inside. The main problem was to hold the gate until they could get in. If they are already in,
How many? Do you know how long it will take for us to get all the partisans into this gate? Through this hole?
It doesn't matter if we. They should be in the nearby forest very soon. We can smuggle them in.
Look,
very fast.
I'm already risking my reputation by getting you here. Do you really think the smugglers want?
Your reputation isn't as important as saving the entire city as our plan succeeding.
I don't own this exit, you know. What do you think the smugglers would do if they find out that half the city knows how to enter the city?
Well, all right. We've got 2 options. We paid him a very good sum for their tunnel, and they can always construct a new one.
Well, it will have to be really, really high.
You're brother. Last 3 days ago, you told me you were at the head of the black market.
I don't run the. I don't run the tunnel operation though.
You don't what?
I don't run the tunnel operation. I just move the goods around. I do that.
I'm sure you've got enough weight with the smugglers to persuade them to be helpful.
Well, gold has more weight than my word though.
All right. I'll see with the city council how much gold I can get for this.
Okay.
I hate that I have to negotiate with you, my own flesh and blood.
After that, he ties your eyes, and you are led to crawl through this tunnel. It's almost directly under the wall and very damp. You're close to the river. It's small. Only directly next to the wall, it goes a little bit deeper down. And it seems that it's very fragile. So whoever goes through always runs the risk of just collapsing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, probably take your armor off. We probably take your armor off before we let you in.
And like carry pull the armor through.
It's behind you basically, in a sack or something. Not on you.
Mm-hmm.
The density is important. Did you not learn maths? What were you doing when you were young?
Not getting arrested?
I never got arrested until you ratted me out.
What? Until I what?
Until you ratted me out.
No, I didn't. You got yourself arrested. I just didn't use my authority to get you out.
Same thing.
And after some bickering, you both get through the tunnel. You are covered in mud and emerge in one of the warehouses. It is almost midnight.
Is it the warehouse where I usually sleep?
Nope.
No.
All right.
It's not a warehouse. Why would it be your warehouse?
I don't know. It's like there was a chance. Right. So since it's at night, yeah, I guess we'll just get some rest.
Okay. As you get back to your warehouse, you find a sealed letter lying there on the table.
Uh-huh. It's addressed to me.
Yes.
Oh no!
What is it?
Dear Colonel Fyodor Files, the City Council has decided the following. The curfew is to be extended by 2 hours. To increase productivity, the first hour will be used to finish work. To improve worker morale, the second hour will be used for collective exercises. These exercises could also be used to prepare the workers for what is coming in the next months. To motivate the orcs to extend the curfew, the council has come up with the following solutions. Primus offer a share of food or gold. Secundus offer workforce for the orc operations. Damn it. Tertius offer information on the middle realm. What the? I swear, I'm going to hit the mayor so hard in the face that when they tell that when they write songs about our story, they will call it the Dark Eye. Please inform us on your thoughts. I am available during business hours to discuss any upcoming operations. Glombo Brom, Mayor of Griffon's Fort.
I thought we took care of this guy. Either way. Well, at least he hasn't gone to the Orcs with his proposal of sorts.
I didn't tell him I was leaving town. Maybe he's already gone to talk with them.
Is there a date on this?
Nope.
That he
There
does
isn't.
not know proper
Wait,
writing procedures?
it says the city council has decided this. I thought they weren't supposed to meet again until I called every... Mother trucker.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Our mother. I'm going to try very hard to ignore him, but
Well, what is done is done.
okay.
No lasting damage as far as we know has happened. Let's just, you should rest.
Yeah.
I'll go see what more we can find out from our friend Glombo and otherwise.
I have my men who can also who've been working.
Ah
with
yes,
the
the executioner. Yes, I'll meet up with him as well.
I think we could go together. I'd like to see what.
I think you should stay here.
For is it because I told you to stay away from the Mazes place the last time we had a meeting with him?
I think this has more to do with, I don't know. You should sleep. You look tired.
I'm fine, thank you. Let's go.
What can I do? I wonder.
Are you sure you don't want to go during daytime where we don't have to sneak around?
Well, again, I could go just right now. And
All right,
and we are on a time table. We don't even know if he has gone to the Orcs yet.
all right. Let's meet tomorrow at your establishment. and I'll bring my men to make a report on what they've been doing with the executioner and what information they've gathered.
I'll go talk to Glombo and see what's going on there.
Okay.
Alright.
So you're going to sleep. You'll leave the building. What do you want to do?
I head straight for Glombo's house,
Mhm.
sneakily.
Really, you're actually going where you said you were going. I'm surprised.
Yeah, you sneak through the night and get close to the plaza of Priors, where the Priors temple used to be. You see two orc guards standing next to where the temple was, to the big hole and to the wooden barracks. And you manage to get by and get to the house where Glombo resides.
Mm-hmm. I will enter.
Through the front door?
No, the window that they used last time.
Okay. I'd need to roll for lock picking from you to open the window.
Lockpicking. I haven't done that in a long time. Just dropping dice on dice. Craft, I imagine.
Yeah.
No? Pick locks.
Pick
Okay.
locks, yeah.
Intuition, Dex. Okay. This should be good enough. Okay, so I have 7 points, and that's enough. I have 3 points left. Yeah, quality level 1.
Okay. That's enough to take your dagger and just use it to push aside the piece of wood that is holding the window closed, and you climb inside. Do you want to?
I'm just going to pray to God very hard to help me find any strategy, and if the chat has any idea on strategies we could use, that'd be welcome too.
You pray to the 12 gods and the other 11 that are watching.
Oh shit! One more and it would be like the 12 demons.
Yeah. Okay, you enter the building and it's dark night. It's also quiet. Boren has put his veil on the house.
Would I know which room is Glumbo's?
You have been in the building before, yes. You can find it.
So I go into his room.
Okay, so you sneak
Sneak into his room.
through the away from the desk, through the small library, and then up in the second floor. On the second floor, you see the door to his room.
Oh, really?
I quietly open the door,
Okay.
and he lives alone, right?
He lives there with his son and his butler.
But not
So
in the same room, I imagine.
in that room, there's only him lying in this giant bed,
Okay,
sleeping with a sleeping hat on.
so I did bring my blindfold with me,
Okay.
as it happens. And before he can do anything, I just put it over his eyes and just try to. If he tries to struggle before he does anything, I try to just bind it on him.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to do that because he's still sleeping. Then he wakes up. Oh, what's going
And I
on?
just put my hand on his. And I try to change my voice a bit. You know, there are some things you were not supposed to be doing while that good gun was away. Shh, listen, just. I'll let you talk in a while. I have heard from a little bird that you have a plan to sell yourself to the orcs. Do you know what the king does to traitors? Do you know what will happen to you in, I 4 weeks when the army gets here. You should really think about what you're doing here, and really think about with whose side you're on. And I just let it go and get out of the room.
Okay. You hear behind you a little bit of noise, and then you hear Glombo screaming for his son and for his butler, but you're out of the building before anything happens.
And I actually go back to my establishment. I don't go back to the warehouse. I just leave him there.
Okay.
On the one hand, I'm really glad you did this. On the other, you used my name to threaten the guy who has the most authority in the city. And if I don't want to reveal myself, I have to go through him. Thank you. It felt great.
On the next morning, both of you wake up and you meet up somewhere in the city.
Yeah, at his establishment.
Okay, then you enter the Fox Den, a tower in the old city wall, which isn't part of the new city wall, which has multiple stocks, so first multiple levels, and there is a livestock in a shed that has been haphazardly built next to the tower. And as you enter, it's quiet. It's really, really quiet because it's early in the morning. You see some people who are still a little bit drunk getting out of there, and you see some of the girls and the boys who work there tidying up the room, clearing the tables, and cleaning the floor. And you move up to 2 levels to the office of Quinnen.
Come in.
Hello, brother.
Ah, brother. Well rested, I assume. Well rested, I assume.
Yes. So, what did you learn from the mayor?
Who said I was going to the mayor?
You did.
I never said I was going to the mayor. I just said I was going outside.
Alright, let's go to the executioner's tower.
Oh yes, we are supposed to learn more about the orcs.
As much as possible.
As you move outside of the tower, one of the girls winks at you. And she's actually quite pretty, but, well, most likely she just wants your money, so you move on.
Maybe not. She knows seduction.
And
I have too much willpower.
you move south in the city to the next tower that has been part of the old wall, the Executioner's Tower, which looks a lot worse than the foxhole. This hasn't been used in years, it seems. The top of the tower is crushed in, there is no roof. And as you knock on the door, it takes a moment, and then the door gets opened. What did I call that guy?
He's called
Servos. Yeah, okay. I need a new list of names. So it opens the door. He's a man who looks like he comes from the eastern parts of Aventuria. His skin is burned and brown from the sun. He has dark hair and dark eyes, and wears dark clothes. And on his back, you see the giant sword that he most likely uses for executions, but also carries around some other times for why not. He looks at you and says, you've come back. How was your journey? Come in. And motions both of you to get in.
It's always nice to meet the new neighbors.
Who mentioned anything about your journey?
Well, you left the city I assume you didn't just do it to get some fresh air.
I did remember telling him we were leaving, but
You didn't.
all right, yeah.
As you get in, you see that the room is very small, very frugal. There's a bed on the other side of the room. There's a table in the middle. You see some wooden steps going up into a second room upstairs, and something that seems to be a door leading down, so a trap door leading down below the basement. He points to some chairs next to the table and sits down himself.
Where are Eldgam and Sartasso?
Oh, they are on mission. I've sent them to record the patrols of the orcs.
Within the city?
Yes. They haven't left the city.
All right. Do you have what we discussed?
We do have some new information. And I've had some ideas of my own. So it will take 1 or 2 more days to get exact counts on the patrols. But based on what I found out, there might be a good opportunity on the day, 2 days after the orcs leave the city. Because, as you most likely know, some of them do have a regular event planned for that evening, and he looks at you. So at least those in command should be all in one place.
Very good. Why didn't I know? Why did you never tell me about this?
You never asked.
I asked him about. I asked about the fact that whether or not they had holidays that we could exploit.
I very much doubt that what they do there is very holy. At least not by our standards.
No, but nothing is holy in your eyes, brother.
Well, that's just too much.
All right. Yes, that is very good information.
The other thing is, I might have found a way to enter the garrison.
Mm-hmm.
They don't guard the walls very well. And if you're a good climber
Shit.
and a good swimmer, you can get across and climb into the garrison.
I assume some of your men are good climbers?
Better than me.
Do I have to do everything around here?
Okay. It's all well and good, but getting inside of the garrison doesn't help us if we can only send a few men against all of the orcs that will be in there.
I assume there won't be that many orcs once they leave the city.
I know.
So, but what have you been up to during the last days?
Talking with the rebels, the partisans outside of the city, and they can help us take the gates. We have a meeting with them soon.
That sounds great. How many are there?
70, something like this.
So there were a couple of hundreds.
So you know that you've seen 70 out there,
Yeah.
but last time you spoke to Kozio, he said something about 100 or maybe more.
Yeah. So there were like 30 missing. So yeah, between 70 and we've seen 70. Maybe Gozio was exaggerating. Maybe there are more that we didn't see.
And what's your plan?
Well, if we can get a coordinated attack from some people within the city to hold the gates, they can storm the gate. At the same
and then hold the city for us.
No, they have refused to do that. She commands them. We can't just force her to force them to do something that
We could persuade them to do something.
So what's your plan to hold the city if you don't have the men it takes?
Are there any? You know the city better than I. Are there any of the civilians who would be able to, who could be trained?
Of course, people can be trained, but still, that takes time. Do you remember how well you fought when you first got a weapon in your hand? You think that there will be any match for the orcs?
With the advantage of a wall between us and the orcs, and my knowledge of tactics, we might have a chance. Do you have any other suggestion?
I agree with your brother here. If you don't have these trained partisans, you may as well just leave the city to the orcs from the beginning.
Yes, I know what you're thinking, and I think I think we have the same idea. Workers, they can stop working altogether and do nothing but training.
Well, I don't know how much the mayor would be up for that.
I'm sure you can be a bit persuasive. Either you or I.
We'll have to talk to him. But I feel we should talk to him after a few days, not today or tomorrow.
Why not?
Well, he shouldn't think we were gone all these days, you know. Or if he does, at least more than we are.
I want to talk to him soon to make sure he doesn't get the new council going.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on him. Don't worry. I did want to talk to you about this letter that we got recently,
No, what is it? And he reaches out for the letter.
and I just give it to him.
And he starts reading the letter. So, what do you want to tell me about the letter?
Were you on this council when this
No.
was decided?
I've just moved to the city some month ago, and this Glombo guy, I think I've never met him. And he hands the letter back to you.
But you were on the council with us.
He was at
Is it the fat one?
Yeah.
I understand now why you write these kinds of letters. I never thought that much about held a higher opinion of him.
More merchants to take care of. I might actually gain something from this. I just
Okay,
I just like excuse myself and walk out.
we still have one crucial flaw. We have no manpower. We don't have enough men to take the city properly. We don't have enough men or women to hold the city.
Well, if you had someone who lives in the city and who knows people living here and might be able to help, that would be great. You could get more people to fight for you. And then at least you would be able to take the city, even though not hold it.
The problem is, it's I didn't think I would be involving civilians this much, but I guess we don't really have a choice.
There are no civilians in these kinds of war.
All right. Can you send my men back to me once your mission is finished?
I can send them today if you have all the information you want, or they can come back and I can work with them some more.
Get as much information as you think is necessary.
I will.
Useful. All right. I'm gonna try to catch up to him.
Well, I have gone into one of my holes to get like get some people in to basically so that they can like keep an eye on all the council members.
All the what?
I want to like assign some people to just watch out all the council members whatever they're doing every day.
Okay.
Then I just appear like close to him while he was looking for me.
You're the reverse Batman. You're
Well, I am the reverse Batman in more ways than one. So
yeah. You're the criminal, not the hero. All right. What time is it?
It's 10.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought more time had passed. Yeah, let's go and speak with the mayor.
again, not today. Let's give him a few days.
Okay,
so he shouldn't know that we are here already.
Can you? Okay, I really want to persuade him to start so that we can start training his men instead of having them work.
Well, I don't know how well that would go with him, but yeah, you should. You can always try.
I know he's a tough nut to crack, but I think I can persuade him unless you think otherwise.
I don't think otherwise, but well, if his letter is any indication, his allegiances what allegiances seem to lie in a very different direction.
Money.
Well, yes, for one thing.
All right, then we just have to get him where it to persuade him with the money.
How much money are you planning to spend on all this?
None at all. We can always threaten him to make his business go bankrupt if he by I don't know getting the orcs involved somehow if he doesn't do what we want him to do.
Well, technically he has to defer to you. You can take away his position as mayor in this moment of emergency, you know.
I know, but I think he's
install a somewhat more level-headed person
right
in his place.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Here's the thing. He from his letter, I feel like he's more interested in his position as a businessman than his position as a mayor, which currently doesn't give him any power.
Well, it gives him certain power over the council, who seems to think they have power over the people.
Yeah, which is why we're going to talk to him. Okay. Good cop or bad cop?
Well, I'm no cop.
Well, here's the thing. The police have all left the city. I'm the closest thing to a figure of authority. You're working with me, so the two of us are the closest thing to the police there is right now.
Okay, I'll be the good cop then.
You.
I can be good with people.
Alright, I gotta get myself prepared for being the bad one.
Well, you have enough reason to be.
Yeah, let me reread that to be really angry before we get there. Yeah, we're going to the mayor's
Okay.
place.
Roll for perception, please.
Yeah, can I take...
Yeah.
Yeah, this one instead, thanks. Alright, let's see, perception. Physical?
Yeah.
Yeah, physical. Alright, sagacity, intuition. Oh, wow. Alright, sagacity, intuition, -7, it's a fail.
Okay. As you move along the street, a small girl runs into you. Then, apologies. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir, and runs away.
Check my purse, as I
Okay.
usually do when this happens.
So you check for your purse,
Uh-huh.
and you see the girl vanishing in the crowd. And actually, your purse is still there.
Checking for my letter.
Okay. You start standing there in the street, checking through your clothes, but it seems nothing is missing.
Is there something
Have
added?
Not that you know.
Have I seen this girl before?
Roll for sagacity.
Just sagacity?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Ah, no.
No, you haven't.
That was odd.
She seemed afraid of something.
Maybe we should be more careful going forward.
It's just a girl.
Well, little girls running around is rather common in peaceful cities.
Are you kidding me? Okay, yeah.
We continue.
Okay, you continue your journey and reach the Plaza of Priors. There's more people running around now, but no one gets near to the middle of the plaza, so everyone stays at the rim. And you reach the house of Glombo.
But there are still a lot of people running around.
Yeah, like maybe 10, 12. You knock on the door, wait a short moment, and then the older servant opens the door, looks at you.
I come in.
Oh, he looks at you a little bit startled. May I announce you to the mayor?
Go ahead.
Please sit down. And he points to chairs in the entrance
I
area.
think we can come with here.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. And he closes the door behind you and then leads you to the library where Glombo is currently sitting and reading in some book of sorts. He seems to be a little pale.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
He looks up, puts the book down, sits up.
What is this?
He looks at the letter. You got the letter.
Tell me you weren't the one who wrote this.
I was the one, but did you send the person? Did you send the thief?
No, I didn't send the thief. But you sent a letter in which you confessed you were planning on things like giving secrets of our realm to the orcs, or giving workforce to the enemy.
No, you misunderstand me. Yeah, it is we were talking about how to negotiate with the orcs.
I grab him and I push him against the wall.
I come between them and calm down, brother. And I take the mayor to the side. Mayor bro, your letter has really angered my brother there. I understand what you're saying. I want to keep my business going just as well as you want. But there you have to make some adjustments to the way things work. He has all the power here. He could kick you out. He could stop your business. He could conscript all your men if he wants.
Don't you realize that what you were suggesting is putting putting your business before the entire Middle Realms?
he gets paler and paler. No, that's not what I meant. But you said that we should not write down anything about what we are doing. So I thought I write it in a way so if the orcs find the letter, they don't suspect anything.
Oh, so this was some sort of code. What were you trying to tell me?
That we can train the people, the workers, to fight against the orcs, and we could give them false information and maybe sabotage what they are doing.
All right, I'll let go of him. I'm going to roll empathy to see if he's really good at improvisation, or if he had, or if he's or if
Sure.
he was actually smart about this.
Go ahead.
Actually, I'll do that as well.
7, 10, 17. Okay. Empathy. Scarcity. Pass. 10,
Empathy is
17. Minus 3, 7.
14 inches by
Qual-
2.
Quality level 3.
Okay.
Tuition by 3, so that's 5. Well, I won't get anything better than that.
Okay. So you've got the feeling that he is truly scared at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and he seems to be scared especially of you. He also seems to be honestly interested in freeing the city from the orcs,
Mm-hmm.
and not for. So it might well be that he actually had a plan like that. And you also think that he is kind of smart because he wouldn't have gotten into his position otherwise.
I know that's what I think, but his obsession with the work make him look a bit dumber. All right. You've been the one who's been the most discreet this entire time. How do you suggest we train your men without outside of during some work hours so that it's not suspicious?
Yeah, well, my idea was that if we train them in the warehouses, then some could be outside working and they could warn the others if orcs come by. But usually the orcs don't come by, so they should be safe just training in the warehouses, as long as they don't do it for too much of time, because otherwise the orcs will notice that the work isn't getting done.
Very well. You have to show the orcs that the work is done.
They will notice if the boats lie in the harbor and don't go out anymore, or if there come more and more boats and they don't get emptied.
Of course.
I still don't trust him.
He looks at you. I can completely understand why you don't trust me, but you don't matter, so it's fine. Yeah, you're not the person who knows anything about trust.
I trust a lot of people. I trust them with my life. But, well, we can discuss this later on. Right now, we are discussing your actions.
I actually feel stupid for not seeing what he was suggesting before. All right, I guess I misunderstood and underestimated you. I'm sorry. I've got another idea. What if we get more people to come and work at your place and actually be training? We could have we could have more of the villagers coming to finish the work, and more people training inside at the same time. If there is enough room, of course.
Yeah, I think we could train a lot more people inside the warehouses than we currently have as workers. But where would you get those?
Well, not everyone in the city works at your warehouses, right?
But still, they do work. So I don't know if they have the time. I can tell my men to take 1 hour off of their work, and then it's my responsibility. But if you go to the smithers and they don't get their job done, then they are their own bosses.
the city is going to be involved in a deadly conflict very soon. Hours of work won't matter once if we are in danger of everything that we worked for burning.
You're right, you're right. If you manage to bring them to the warehouse in the evening, then I can make sure that there will be space. But we also need someone who knows how to train them.
I'll take care of that, and I'm sure I could get a bit of help from other fighters, like our friend Zervas might be, and my three men might also be able to transmit some of their martial knowledge.
At that moment, Gernot, Glombo's son, comes in and says, please forgive me that I've been listening in, but I've just heard that you are looking for people who might be able to train, and actually I'm not a bad fighter myself. His father looks at him, thinks a little bit, and says, well, Gernot, I guess you are quite good.
What is the room like?
The room?
Yeah.
You're in the library currently. So there is there's some chairs and there's the bookshelves standing at one side of the wall. There's also the stairs leading up to the second floor.
Do you have a room where your son could show me how well he fights?
Yeah, inside the building. Shouldn't you be doing that in the warehouse?
Later then. All right. What's his name? Garnot. Thank you. We will need your help too. Okay. Right now, can you? I'm sure you know a lot of people. Can you get the word around that we need as many civilians as possible to discreetly come to the warehouse? And
Well, we could arrange for a sort of fest in the inn and then pass around the word.
sort of.
Like a fest or some kind of celebration.
Hmm.
And then pass the word around. Given that the orcs can't read, I imagine it won't be that big a deal.
You remember what Lysandra told us? The biggest mistake we can do is underestimate the orcs'
Well, I'm not
intelligence.
underestimating the orcs. I just know that they can't read.
Some of them might.
None of the patrol can read.
Right, but what if they bring it to their superiors?
I will take care of that, don't worry.
Alright.
I'll get the word out in any case.
I'm not sure the evening would be the best time to train because that's just before the curfew starts and it augments the chances of people getting caught when they get back from the training.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe let's do it then around noon.
I think the morning would be best.
But in the morning there's always so much stuff to do. It might be suspicious if there are fewer workers out there, but during lunchtime you could always say that they are on break.
Maybe we can do this in batches.
Yeah, have them rotate during the day.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Didn't expect something like that from you.
Well, thank you.
No, that's actually pretty good, Brava. Yeah, we'll have cycles of freeze with 2 hours each. One in the morning, one at noon, and one in the afternoon.
Sure, I will make sure that one of the warehouses can be used for this. And it looks at his son. Gernot, maybe this is your time and you could organize the training. And his son looks at him, looks at you, and says, of course, father.
Okay, here's the problem. If we start doing this, even if we're discreet about it, we need something to keep the orcs busy so that they don't notice this. I'm thinking maybe some sabotage missions. I don't know. Is there any building that they seem to hold valuable, or I read in the reports that they had captured some siege weapons from their attack on the city. Do they still have those?
Well, I don't know about what weapons they have, but they mostly stay in the garrisons and the what's the thing called? What's the thing called?
The barracks?
The barracks. Yes. Thank you.
Do any of you know about the human that that is asked by the orc to go in the garrison at any time to deliver things or?
No, only orcs go into a garrison.
All right.
You know, I've always wanted to go into that building.
Oh well, now we've got an idea of how to do it. Thanks to the executioner.
Well, let's see what ideas he has about this. I would personally want to go in. I would personally want to go into that building. If you have other men for me to, I'll take them. But
I don't think that my men don't specialize in stealth. Maybe people that you know would be more apt.
well, they're not the kind of people who usually want to go into the buildings,
Yeah.
which can imprison them. I'll still ask around. Maybe some of them like the adventure.
Your smuggler friends.
What?
Your smuggler friends. They're very good at slipping things in and out of buildings.
Glumberworm looks at both of you and
What's
says,
things?
so that's also what you've been up to? You're undermining our trade in this city?
Where's that thing? Nah. It's a code word.
Do you mean this one? I'm called Kevin.
No. Cousin Juan is coming. Juan.
Right, where's cousin Juan?
Like in the middle. Anyway.
So cousin Juan is code word between us for pretend to die and play dead.
Well,
I don't think it applies here, bro.
For you, maybe.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
You never could keep your mouth shut.
Glumber looks at you.
never could keep your hands out of illegal businesses.
I don't see how that's your problem, though. I never stepped on your toes. Why are you stepping on mine? Anyways.
I'm sorry, I'm a bad dancer.
Anyway, any alleged connection to any alleged people I may or may not have is not the point here. If we want to get into the barracks and the garrison and keep it, we need to probably close the bridge off from them.
Yeah, but if they're locked in, they still have weapons and they can shoot out or jump into the river, which makes them dangerous unless the building is on fire or.
Again with the fire.
No, I've given this a lot of thought, and we have to find a way to make this building dangerous for them, or else they have a stepping point in the city. Because you can control the arrivals and the exits from the river through the garrison.
I imagine once they leave, there are not going to be a lot of orcs in there. Like maybe 10, 20. Not a lot of orcs.
If it's that little, then yeah, we can take them without having to burn down the building. But it might be more.
Can't be much more.
I don't know.
There aren't that many orcs around.
We don't yet have the exact numbers of how many orcs there are in the city. We're still waiting on their best for that. Okay. I'm going to ask Gaum, one of my men who's a good singer, to prepare a song for the morale of the people, and also have this song be a sort of if they hear it, it's supposed to be as like the sign that something is going to get ready, basically, because something's about to happen. And yeah, we're gonna start organizing the training.
Good, good. If you need anything else from me, you know where to find me.
As I mentioned, can we have 2 hours of your men's time for training?
I think that should be no problem. Although you need to be careful. If it's more than that, then the orcs might notice something. We have problems clearing all the boats as is.
Right. Our friend, the priest, will help the both of us recruit people from around the city. One last thing. I don't know if any of you have any spies that could be able to do that, but we need to be alerted if the orcs start getting suspicious of what we're doing.
I don't talk to the orcs that much. I don't know.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not. All right.
The mayor not having spies against his political opponents is a very odd position to have, though. And I'm sure
I'm not sure a lot of spies are very good at infiltrating orcs who don't speak the same language and who look obviously different from humans.
but spies don't always have to mix together, do they?